thatmovieguyUK.
Well, hello and welcome to the fourth from last video of the Venice Film Festival reviews. And first of all, I just want to say thank you to any of my new subscribers, to anyone that's liked, commented, shared, whatever. I greatly appreciate what you have done. It has helped me a lot in, well, my confidence with this channel, and I feel like I'm going in the right direction. But still, we're here to talk about movies, not about my gigantic ego that keeps growing day by day. Okay, so I've been very interested in Laszlo Nemez's work since Napszállta. I thought it was a very different kind of take on a Holocaust film. Just the interesting concept of you are just following the character. Everything is from his facial expressions to the movement of him. And I think it's a very unique and very poignant voice that Nemez has. And he does tackle very interesting topics. And nonetheless, we are back in a period piece, and this time in Budapest, with his latest film, Sunset. Sunset follows the story of Iris, who is become an orphan of the state after her parents died. They actually run a very famous hat-making company within Budapest, and after she turns of age, she decides to go back to Budapest to try and build a life within the dynasty of her family. But what happens is she gets turned away by the man that runs the business now, and a story unfolds of where she finds of a long lost brother who is basically, there's a lot of trouble. And she basically follows on this journey of trying to succeed within the Budapest life and also trying to uncover the actual story of her brother. That's Sunset. Laszlo Nemez continues to impress with Sunset. After the success of Napszállta, I honestly thought, well, we might have something different here. But the way that he just follows Iris around, the way that she's always at center frame or she's always going to be in a scene, it just works so well. There's a lot more fluidity within this. You're continuously disorientated even because she goes on very interesting journeys into very dark places within Budapest, and it just becomes a lot more action-packed. There is a lot more set pieces in this film. There's a lot of fire, there's a lot of destruction, there's a lot of violence. And it just attacks your mind and your senses. And Nemez really just captures that element of suspense so well, just purely by following a person. And how many filmmakers can do that? And I admire him for it. We were lucky enough to get a 35mm print of Sunset at Venice, and I must say the grainy element of it really does make it a lot more evocative. It really enhances the richness of the piece, because as a period piece as well, you expect it to look very luscious and very lavish, and Nemez really works so well within his colour palette. You can actually see the poster just behind me even. It's pretty vintagey looking. I really dug this film a lot in its actual aesthetic, and the costume design, the set design, it is just a very, it is, again, I'm going to use evocative, but it is a very nuanced and very eloquent looking film. It feels like Downton Abbey, but made in the Hungarian way. While we follow Iris around, we are unraveling mysteries. We are unraveling her story, we're unraveling her family's story, and what has actually happened. But I will say it becomes a bit too confusing. And I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I think the mysteriousness and the mystique of Sunset is what makes it even better. But a lot of people have complained saying that the plot really doesn't make sense in some elements. I understand that and I respect that. But for some reason, I feel like Nemez really wasn't intending to give us a very straightforward story. He really just wanted to tackle and challenge us as much as he could. Julia Jacob plays Iris, and I will say, as anybody that has been in front of a camera, it is very difficult to have it in your face, but to have it this close into your face all the time throughout this film, it must be difficult. And I think it is a very powerful performance from her. A lot of people complain that she has the same kind of look throughout the whole film. I don't really believe in that. Obviously, if you're looking at somebody's face all the time, you really have to understand the expressions of the forehead, the cheeks, the eyes, just the way that your general body position is. I think she gives a very good physical performance on top of this, but at the same time, I think that her delivery and just the essence of her performance is one of the strongest performances I have seen this year. And again, a lot of people disagree with me on this, but this is generally how I see it. I think that she was a very interesting person. She has a very interesting look to her. She is always questioning, she's always thinking what the next plan is. And Iris is a really memorable character within Sunset and within cinema this year, no doubt. So, evocative, colourful, dynamic, a bit long, but fast and furious at the same time. Laszlo Nemes' Sunset is a very good follow-up from Son of Saul. I don't know if it's better than Son of Saul, but I still think it is one of the best films I saw at Venice Film Festival. It is the official Hungarian entry into the foreign language category at the Academy Awards this year, so you know it actually has legs. And I do hope that you will be able to see this film when it comes out wherever you are in the world. Obviously, my written review is on moviemarket.co.uk. All my details are below to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everything, if you want to follow me. And again, like I said, appreciate all the good, negative, all the feedback. I appreciate it. So, as we say in this channel, diolch, danke, obrigado, merci beaucoup, arigato, dankeschön, bitteschön, all the shins, and obviously, never change.